Alright, so this thing's all torn apart. The valve covers are off. I even painted one of them. Real nice turtle shell kind of texture on that. It's real nice. Good stuff. So we're gonna get started throwing this thing back together finally. It's only been like a week. I still haven't changed the tires because those are still back here. Nice Michelin's. I forgot I actually got name brand ones for these. They were $40 on Marketplace. But they will be better than these. They actually look half decent from this angle, but there's a lot of dry rot going on there. I think the other side you can actually see cord between the treads, so I probably shouldn't drive with those in the snow. The rears are good though. Those ones are in good shape. Little dirt tracks. And I apologize for the noise there. The shop heater was ripping. So I guess first thing I should do is probably get the valve covers on. Now, there's not really any way of holding these things in place, so I'm just going to use a little bit of RTV. A couple dabs should hold that in place so I can get the bolts back in. Should probably shed a little light on the situation. That's better. I see the last guy that did these was also a fan of RTV to hold it on. Smart man. Got that one all held in place. Time to throw this guy on. And just like that, this side's done. So it's kind of the same as the last time. Just got 4 bolts on the bottom, kind of mirrored on the top. Yeah, you can kind of see them in there. And there's one up in this corner. You can kind of see it in there. And the stud in the back. And that guy's on. Let's go to the other side. And this is the side I painted up all pretty. Nice. Alright, I got the fresh gasket ready to go. Just got to get a little RTV on this thing. That should do the trick. I just ran a little skinny beater on the side just so I can stick it in place. Let's get the cap back on this thing before I end up leaving it out and remembering that I had RTV and now it's all hardened because I left the cap off for about 6 months on the workbench and then I don't have any when I need it. I've done that more times than I'd like to admit. I don't want to talk about it. That's good. Leave that up there. Oh, what was that? A plastic clip. I don't need that either. Okay, now I may or may not have put the RTV on the wrong side of the gasket, but I did drop it on there enough to get RTV on the cylinder head, so it's fine. And just like that, got a couple valve covers on the truck. As far as torque spec, whatever holding your ratchet like this will do with a 6-inch extension, roughly. Now, I know, I'm going to get a couple comments saying, why would you not torque your valve covers? Now, I have a very simple answer to that. I don't care about this truck in the slightest bit. As long as it doesn't leak as much as it was, that's fine. With the valve covers being on, I suppose that means I should probably put the intake back. Alright, you got her set down in place. Let's start putting some parts back on. Oh man, I actually tightened that thing down. So this hose just kind of wraps over, goes on that. Should probably get the throttle linkage hooked up. Man, that thing's tight getting on. One more. And I think that's all the clips. Got to put a couple vacuum lines on here. But yeah, should be pretty quick. I should probably bolt that thing down as I drop every single bolt. So it should just be this 6 bolts. Now, like I said in the other video, all the bolts are really, there's one there, one in the front, and then 2 here, 2 here. Pretty straightforward, not too bad. And then if I remember correctly, I did look it up, and these intake manifolds get torqued down to about 62 foot-pounds. Because that is one leak that I don't really want. The valve covers, I don't really care. those, I got RTV on them. They should be fine. I think those are, I did actually check with my torque wrench. I think they're at about 30 foot-pounds roughly, which is probably about double what they should be. But that means it's tighter than it's supposed to be, so it should be fine. The intake manifold, that'll torque down. Alright, so the intake manifold's pretty much done. Sorry, excuse the noise. It's basically, you just got this line run from the brake booster up to here, and then there's 2 vacuum lines on either side. One that goes across, the one on the top gets bolted in. And then, I suppose you got your throttle body sensor. I can't remember the name of this sensor, but that goes there. There's another one here. And then as far as your throttle cable goes, that just slides right through this hole. And then just pops right onto that. And then, yeah, you just got your 6 bolts and you're good to go. Suppose it's about time. Get the heater line back in there. Well, that thing's moving a lot. Come on. Come on. Good enough. Upper rad hose. I believe this went like that. Yeah, something like that. We're just gonna do the old loop-de-loop. And I already got this clip on there. So that one, slide it on real nice. Get the upper on. And just like that, we're down to, oh wait, 2 things. So I just gotta put the clamps on there, clamps on these 2. I gotta actually torque this down. This guy should probably go on there. You know, spark's usually beneficial in the operations of an engine. But we're almost there, so let's get the last couple things done. We should be good to fire this thing up in the morning. I do need to let the RTV dry a little bit. I don't really feel like sucking that down into my engine and clogging up everything. It'd be ideal if I didn't do that, so I'm just going to go ahead and wait till tomorrow to start it. And thanks to these handy-dandy channel locks that I definitely didn't steal from my roommate's toolbox. Zach, if you see this, no, you're welcome. But I got this clip on, or clamp, that clamp on, that one on, and now she is ready for coolant. But before I do that, I'm going to get the spark situation all figured out. And then we're going to top her off with some coolant. I'm going to check the oil because I don't remember the last time I checked it. I should probably change that, but I'm going to wait until I know that it runs to do that. Because my luck, and this thing being a 1994, some of those sensors I unplugged are probably not going to work. Now, that being said, I might get lucky and they might all work and it'll start right up and have 0 problems. But I know how I am and I know how these older cars work and they don't really like to cooperate with me. So then, we're just going to take this guy out, and this guy out, and grab this guy and put that in. Beauty. Get the top one in. If I could find the hole right there. Yeah, there we go. Grab my third. Get it right down in there. I know my lighting is really phenomenal right now. You guys don't have to tell me, I already know. And yeah, we'll get those 3 tightened down and then we should be able to plug everything in. Time for some plug wires. Oh man, that does not want to go on. As far as the spark plug wires, I honestly didn't know what the order of these were and I didn't feel like looking it up, so I just took a paint pen and just kind of put some dots on it. I never actually unplugged these 3 from the spark plugs on the other side. I just left those in. And these ones, I mean, that one goes to the first one, center goes to the center, front goes to the front. Easy enough. But the other side, I didn't really feel like fishing those out, so I just kind of left them in. So, do that if you want. Don't do it. Don't matter to me. There's plenty of pictures on Google if you want to actually look it up. Or if you're lazy like me, you can just take whatever paint pen you can find. I think I used this one. Maybe. I don't know. I got like 40 of them things sitting around anyway. This one. Probably the one on the truck. Anyway, that's what I did. Do it that way if you want. Don't do it. Don't matter to me. But it works. But I think with that, I got everything hooked up. So, time to fill some coolant. Now, let's see. I don't know how much coolant I have. Looks like 3 jugs. That'll work perfect. What color is that? Or is this going to be oil when I open it? Looks like coolant. That's good enough. See, and you know when it says recommended for all vehicles, makes, models, and years, you know it's good. It's even got a 300,000 mile guarantee. That's what you want. Oh yeah, this stuff's even the same color. It appears I never tightened that plug. It's leaking. Okay, it's back in now. Let's try that again. Alright. So now that I actually have the plug in, let's get some coolant in this thing. I don't hear it leaking on the floor yet, so that must mean I actually sealed it up nice. Well, and just like that, she's topped off with coolant. Everything's all buttoned up. Now, like I said, I gotta wait till tomorrow to start this thing up because I gotta let the RTV dry or settle or whatever you want to go with. But I did check, it's got oil. Whole spark system's plugged in. Looks like everything on the valve covers and intake manifold is all buttoned up and good to go. And so I'll fire it up tomorrow, but that's all I really got. I'll probably throw a short up when I fire it up. I don't think I'm going to add it in this video. A, because I'm probably going to forget to add it, and B, just because I'd rather just get this up tonight, and yeah, we're going to call it good. But thanks for watching, and I'll have some more content rolling out soon with this thing. I got some plans with it.